Alright guys, welcome back to Gilded Gaming and Final Fantasy XIV. When we last left off, we had just made it to the fairy kingdom of Ilmeg. Don't know what to expect here, but it's fairies. It ought to be interesting. So, we're gonna do this for the next couple hours, and then later tonight, we've got a new game to check out. It's called Dark Deity. It's kind of like a Fire Emblem inspired RPG. So it's got a lot of Fire Emblem influences. So I think it's gonna be fun to check out. Anyways, we'll hang out and check that out after Final Fantasy tonight. But for now, let's get going. As it stands, we cannot hope to find the way to XIV. For that, we must convince the pixies to lift the spell. From what I can make out of the voices, the creatures want to play with us. If that's the case, they should permit us to find their village. Little Ran. Come, I have a sneaking suspicion this path will lead us directly to their midst. Oh, and I should mention that Menphilia has been informed of our situation, of the different worlds and our mission, and you may consider her an ally. Hey, Karanova. All right. Good beans. I don't know what's going on with my webcam. I've had it off a lot lately, you know, because I didn't feel like being on the webcam, but the last 2 days, it's just not working. So I did finally get back to Nier yesterday. We did a new boss. We fought this little girl / giant, huge tentacle kraken monster inside of a wrecked ship. It's pretty cool. We'll probably get back to more of it tomorrow. Well, it depends. It depends on how we like this Dark Deity game we're gonna check out. This thing. Kind of reminiscent of a chocobo. Huh. Very interesting place that we got here. I tell you what, if the sun goes down permanently and becomes dark all the time here, this place is gonna look pretty awesome, but maybe a little creepy. What the hell? Did you see that? The wrecked ship section is actually new to the Replicant remake? Okay, because the whole time last night I was going, I don't remember this part at all. Like, I know I'm getting close to, like, my extent of my knowledge on Nier, because I've never played through all the different endings and stuff. But I know more than I have seen so far, and that whole thing I didn't remember any of it. Well, here we are. Yet the pixies are nowhere to be seen. Knowing them, their games have already begun, in which case... Elheim, there's a variety of plant native to these parts with a distinctive furrowed tip. Looking grass. It's the so called because it can be used to spy pixies, believe it or not. I'll explain how I know all this later, but first I need you to help me find some. Oh, if a voice calls to you, under no circumstances should you respond. You will only subject yourself to further mischief. Okay. Base shrub. You search the scrub and find nothing resembling looking grass. Suddenly a voice rings out. What is that you seek, child? Perhaps I can help you find it. Don't say anything. Such a rude child. Too clever by half. I shall seek my fun elsewhere. Here. structures in this scrub. You find what appears to be looking glass. Suddenly a voice rings out. Oh, a visitor. Where are you from, pray tell? Perhaps this one's hard of hearing. What brings you here? Stone deaf. How boring. Still picking plants at our village is as good as indulging in our hospitality, and who are we to turn you away? Stay a while.
Stay forever.
Your body begins to feel heavy. Lovely. For a minute, really? I take it you met with some trouble. Apologies for subjecting you to that. Can I assume from your presence that you managed to find us something looking grass? Yes, this is the stuff. Thus armed, we should be able to see through the pixie's veil of invisibility, and seeing them is the first step to dealing with them. Come, let's gather everyone up and put XIV's little trick to good use. Gone.
Farasitha, Krakleth.
He speaks the language too.
No, we are found. How did this mortal know our trick?
Wait, I recognize their souls. These two have been here before.
I recognize their souls.
Look, twins! How adorable!
Aww.
Lay with us!
We have neither the time nor inclination to play. We have come to see gildedJ.
I can't imagine gildedJ dealing with these people all the time. Like, seriously, can you imagine gildedJ living with Fairy 24/7?
In return for a place in Elmeg, he agreed to a riddle contest with us for 7 days and 7 nights without any sleep.
Oh, that was so much fun! We must do it again!
I'm sure he'd be delighted. Now, if you'd be so kind as to lift your spell.
Shall we? Should we?
Would we?
What now?
I don't know, but this is their home, so we must indulge them.
Right, we've made up our minds. We will lift our spell on one condition: that you first lend us a helping hand. Or 2. Or 3.
Or 3.
Once you've helped solve all of our troubles, we'll let you see gildedJ, Pixie's honor.
Well, there you have it. Pixie chores. I suggest we split up.
Okay. Alright, what you got for me? Ooh, look at me, look at me! I have a task for you! Gilded is our beloved village and we want it to look lovely. It can't look lovely without flowers blooming, and no flowers bloom lovelier than everblooms. So here are some everbloom seeds. Take them and sow them here and there and everywhere around the village. Sounds simple as a dimple, yes? Okay. Islala. I'm so hungry, I may faint. Fruit, a little fruit will set me alright. You go and fetch some for me? Just outside the village, you'll find a hillock. 2 great bell trees grow there. If you give them a shake, they should render their sweet, succulent burdens. Karn. This looks like a place to plant flowers. Help me, I beg you. My friend has gone to Professor Laurent, to a place we're told we must never set foot in. I thought about giving chase, but I'm scared I'll run into that thing. But you're a big, brave woman. You're not scared of such things, are you? So please find and bring my friend back. Ken Gyuff is their name, and if you hurry, you might catch them before they get to Professor Laurent. Okay. Helping us grow flowers, are you? They'll make this house look so much lovelier. There used to be a city of mortals here, a great big bustling place called Volbert. Was it Verbert or something? They said how to say it earlier. Or Overt or some such. The city eaters came with everyone and disappeared. Since then, we pixies have been living here. We've given the old houses our touch. Lovely, don't you think? Indeed. Oh god. Oh yeah, there's freaking aether currents around here too. Ooh, a lookout place. There we go. Kind of crazy. I get 172,000 XP just for doing an emote. Okay. Can't wait for the flowers to bloom. Perhaps I'll make pretty curtains out of them. Mortal, hear my plea. Our precious children are thirsty and need you to bring them water. Who are our children, you ask? Why, they're the leaf men you see standing about the village. Adorable, aren't they? Oh, these guys. Now you'll need to go to Longmere, take a Longmere Lake to draw the water, and once you have it, see our children have a good drenching. Oh, be warned, the fox make their home at the lake. They tend to play rough, so do have care. You're done sowing the seeds? Thank you. This shall help Orion live up to its name, which means flower house, in case you weren't aware. We weren't always here, you know. We used to live deep in a lush forest. It was beautiful beyond compare, but almost all of it was swallowed up by the light. For a while we roamed, but eventually we found a place of men that had been abandoned, and together with our fellow Fey folk, we decided to make it a new home. Land of everlasting springs is our home, and it could be yours too, forever and ever and ever. Creepy. It's crazy to think that, you know, in a couple of weeks or so, I'm gonna catch up with the story, you know? You guys have been so far ahead of me for so long, it feels weird to catch up. Oh, I remember. That's why I said it'd be a while. I'm not saying I'm getting there right now. But still, I'm a lot closer than I have been. I'm in no rush. We've got till November to be ready for the expansion. Yeah. I think we started at the perfect time. We can just casually play through the game and still be ready for the expansion when it comes. Man, it's so white here that it's hard to read the chat. Is there a way to make the background like darker? Transparency. There, now I can read it. It's sad. Alright. 138 to the north. Over here. Oh, wow, it's like a town's like underwater a little bit here. That's pretty cool. Oh, I see it. Islala's errand. Water's super clear. Okay. Start watering the leaf bin. You've given water to our children. Thank you ever so much. They're all very dear to us. They wandered into Ilmeg as stray mortals, but we grew attached to them and decided to take them in. You and yours would have been our children too, but the enchantment didn't catch you as well as we'd hoped. It's never too late, of course. Wait. Hey, these are people? That's disturbing as hell. Oh my god. I'm so hungry. Did you get the fruit? Oh, thank you ever so much. You saved me. You saved me from my boredom. You should have seen the look on your face when the bugs came out. He's done me a great service, mortal. If there's one thing we pixies are serious about, it's having fun. Dull and painful things? Hate them. Sin eaters are dull and painful both, so we hate them especially. You mortals try to fight those monstrosities, but there's no fun in that. Best to avoid them altogether, we say. Hobo Jack, big hammer. How goes it, Elhan? A mix of menial tasks and pranks. Yes, that pretty much sums up my own experience. They have no troubles worthy of the name. How long are we supposed to keep at this? They're clearly playing with us. Indeed, whenever I inquire on how much more is to be done, the answer is ever the same, a little. I doubt they have any intention of releasing us in the near future. gildedJ once told me a story about the pixies. They're born from the souls of those who died as children, and so it's believed. Though they don't have any memories of their previous lives, the desire to have fun remains imprinted on their souls. And so they live only to play, keeping hapless mortals for their pleasure for years on end, sometimes even until death. In the past, when I sought to identify the true nature of ghosts, I came upon literature examining a similar subject. The soul was likened to a core that resides in the aether, and its presence is what differentiates us from being as sprites and arcane entities. Upon death, said core ordinarily dissipates alongside the ether that composed the flesh. However, it may be held together and bound to a corporeal realm either by the will of its owner or by the means of certain arts. In time, the soul may regather aether unto itself to assume another form, or find newly emerged life in which to abide. The pixies may be one such instance of this. If ghosts are mere souls without bodies, what does that make us? I think you've become that which you fear most, brother dearest. That's true, you guys all left your souls. Your body, I mean. However, the pixies may have come into being. If we leave them to judge when they are satisfied, they will never be satisfied. Nay, we must negotiate new terms with the creatures. Where to begin? It seems to me we would need at least one among them to sympathize with us. In the course of your chores, did any of you encounter a pixie who seemed even faintly amenable to reason? No. What? You knew a pixie from before? Not only are you acquainted, but you entered into a pact? You might have mentioned this sooner. At any rate, I dare to hope that this will help offer us a way out. Without further delay, then summon this Fea'ul, if you please. In the chat mode, in say, use your keyboard or the software keyboard to enter Fea'ul. Okay. Sure. What's the designated location? A voice rings out in your mind. So, my sapling has finally remembered about her lovely branch. But with such half-hearted call, she may as well lock me off and cast me aside. I have no sapling. Is that your idea of a fervent call? A sodden log could do more with its fire. Could do with more fire. Yeah. Oh, loveliest of branches. Please grant me your Of course. Typing skill there.
You're late. I've been waiting for you to summon me ever since you came here. Waiting and waiting and waiting. But my sapling didn't so much as utter my name. Such a heartless thing she is. Cold and cruel and heartless.
Another self-important little brat. Just what we need.
Reminds me of my childhood.
By the end of the game, we're going to find out that this particular pixie is a kid we knew that died. Kind of thing. What kid do we know that died? Ah, it's that kid from Mass Effect 3. I knew he was important.
All right, I'm sorry. It was a joke. Honestly, just a joke.
But just now you called for me so earnestly, so fervently. I couldn't possibly stay angry at you. Very well. As your lovely branch, I will lend you my strength.
All right.
Well, well, well. If it isn't Theo, ooh, the mold feel. It's been too long.
The Mad Blue
Not
Mold.
long enough for you to think of any new games, though, apparently. If I were you, I'd be bored of myself. Now let me make something clear. That mortal is mine. No matter what you do, she will never be yours. Never, never, ever!
Oh, not even a bit. But what about the others? Surely we can keep them.
No, no, no! You can't keep them either! They're for my amusement and mine alone! And if you lay so much as a finger on my sapling, I'll scatter the contents of her bag all over your precious village. There'll be cold, hard metal, furry, festering food, stinky, sweaty small clothes, and all manner of other terrible, unmentionable things. How would you like that, hmm?
I feel like I'm getting called out about my inventory management issues.
All right. But will you not at least let us play with the twins? Just while the others go and see XIV?
Aye, aye, that's all we ask. And we promise we'll play nicely.
It seems we won't be joining you.
Aye! We'll reveal the hidden furnick to you at once.
Aha! They increased our draw distance sky. Ooh, hello. Well, that's better.
So this is the true Ilmeg.
How are you feeling?
Better. I think I remember the way now.
Apologies for the delay. Shall we go and see XIV?
Your lovely branch is useful, yes? So whenever you're in trouble, you must remember to make use of me!
All right. Much easier to look at this area now. For Alpha and Alize's sake, let's be quick. It would be a shame to return only to find that they had been made to play one game too many. Now, the place we seek is the abandoned manor of a nobleman and scholar, the Bookman's Shelves, it's called. After the fellow's vast collection of tomes, an agreeable habitat for our friend. I'm sure you'll agree. If we follow the path north, we should find the place. Come along. Is that it? Keep loading. Let's grab some Aether Currents real quick. And we got that Aether Current quest to finish too. Look here. It there. Huh? 508 to the north. Okay. I feel like I need to turn off the battle music. It's a little annoying. It's cool, but it's like, yeah, the other music was cool, and I'm not actually trying to start a battle right now, guys. That one's aiming at the place there. Okay. Let's go finish up this Aether Current quest. Where do you go to turn that off? Enable normal battle music. Maybe. Somewhere out here, it was another Aether Current. Is it all the way over there? Maybe? No, it's more over here, maybe? Aren't you one of gildedJ's friends? Have you business with me? Lad Kin is worried. Oh, that's all well and good, but when someone tells me not to do something, it only makes me want to do it more. No one can stop me. Heedless of your warning, he continues in the direction of Professor Laron. If you find them again, perhaps you can still convince them to turn back. This is working out great. Go check that giant tree stuff, like, here. Oh good, it doesn't start the music now. Yeah, it's looking like it's gonna be this thing. Maybe on inside of it? No, it's on top. I see it. You should turn on like the draw distance for Aether Currents, right? Look at this guy. Those little plant guys are kind of disturbing now that they told us that they're people. $940 alms to the north. Once again, talking to other places, we'll put that later. Okay. Wheel. animal? Beaver-like creature. Though your beaver speak is a bit rusty, the creature appears to want milk. Oh my god, are these like the talking beavers from Final Fantasy II? Not something I expected to come back. However, you see no signs of Kin Giff. You resign yourself to bearing the bad news back to Lad Kin. Okay. In Final Fantasy II, you just randomly had a party member who could speak Beaver. It was very convenient. He was a man of few words. That dude could talk to Beaver. Interesting looking place. You're back! Where's King Giff? Please tell me King Giff's alright. What? Against your warning, they went to... You found only a strange animal. Then the tales are true. Why didn't you listen? I'm so sorry. I shouldn't assume the worst yet. Maybe there's still hope. I need to stay calm and think things through. Alright. So now we need to head all the way up there. Not here, actually. We're heading to, like, this thing. It's like crossing this water is the other half of the zone. And we should bring that guy from the Crystarium here. If there's a bunch of books, he would love it. And here we are at long last. I give you gildedJ's humble abode. Come, let's see his home.
gildedJ, are you in?
Unto a world weary of heroes, a hero wends her way. The Exarch did send word that thou wouldst seek me out.
Well, he's got a new outfit.
Did I imagine thou wouldst arrive so soon?
Wow.
Full glad am I to see thee once more, my friend, and none the worse for thy travails.
Run along, Minfilia. We'll meet you outside.
But
Another one for you to imbue, if you'd be so kind.
Huh.
I take it thou hast met with our other comrades already? That Master Alphino and Mistress Alize now travel in thy company is of great comfort to me. As for the rest, it beginneth in earnest. The hunting of the Light Wardens, and perforce the war with Yulmore. Hark thee then to my words, and through them behold the vision that I did glimpse, that of the 8th Umbral Calamity. As I drifted hither to the first, traversing the boundary twixt reality and potentiality, I did bear witness to events yet to come. There I saw the combined forces of Eorzea and the Far East offering fierce resistance to the legions of Garlemald. So fierce, in fact, that they did begin to push the enemy back. Ilm by painful ilm at first, then Yalm by Yalm, and Malm by Malm in time. Yet the joy they felt was short-lived, for in so doing they did force the Empire's hand. Faced with defeat, the Garleans turned to a weapon most vile: Black Rose. Its potency defied all reckoning. Once released, the gas took on a life of its own, wreaking untold carnage not only in Eorzea, but in the provinces of the Empire besides. From fighters upon the front lines to babes in their beds, none were spared. And as the casualties became too numerous to count, so did the fabric of civilization begin to unravel. Nor did the land itself escape unscathed. For spreading from the site of its release, Black Rose brought death to the very soil. To survive amidst the chaos and upheaval, men came to live by the sword, the rule of law giving way, inevitably, to the rule of might. Thus was the spark struck and the fire kindled, and swiftly did it spread as a blaze in a field of straw to engulf every corner of the world. Nations worthy of the name did then cease to exist. And those souls brave and true who might have risen to restore order were no more.
What's that outfit I'm wearing?
Spared not one, not even thee.
A new armor set? Is it my future armor set?
An endless age of war, begotten by the blight of Black Rose. Such is the legacy of the 8th Umbral Calamity which I did behold. No matter the cost, we must forestall this tragedy. To that end, I have labored during my sojourn in this world, discovering in so doing the answer to a pressing mystery. That of Black Rose's inexplicable potency. Come. Dost thou recognize yonder chart?
Part of the elements? Wind, light.
Indeed.
Light, darkness, ice,
Tis a
fire.
rendering of the elemental wheel, such as one might find in classrooms across the source. As the chart maketh plain, our world is composed of 6 elements, in addition to which there exist 2 poles in fundamental opposition.
Wind, lightning, fire, earth, ice, and water.
Astral, the active. Umbral, the passive. As a reflection of the source, the first naturally compriseth the selfsame forces. Yet, curiously, there is a notable divergence in their nomenclature. To be specific, the denizens of this world employ not the terms astral and umbral. Thus was I moved to inquire what names said forces had been assigned. A simple question which yielded a most unexpected answer. Upon demanding the name of the pole aligned with activity and growth, I was told that as life's myriad colors combine to produce black, the people of the first had called it darkness. At this, did my mind begin to race. Yet 'twas only when I asked what name had been given to the pole aligned with passivity that mine eyes were opened to the truth. Peace and tranquility being as purest white, unmarred by color, I was told it had been given the name of light.
That's umbral light and astral darkness, yes? I'm no etherologist, but it strikes me that the nomenclature of the first is rooted in the generation of the 2 forces, while our own appears to focus on their effects. Which makes one wonder, have we had it backwards all this time?
"'Tis indeed a compelling question, and one which beareth closer examination. Yet what knowledge we already possess sufficeth to explain the chain of events. The phenomenon of etheric thinning observed in the source is the consequence of light, the power of stasis, flowing in from the first to stifle the movement of ether within the land. And according to Master Alphino, Black Rose slayeth by halting the circulation of ether within living beings. Should such a weapon be unleashed even as the first were rejoined, replete as it is with light,
we would have a disaster of untold proportions on our hands. A calamity. Well, at least we have a better grasp of what we're facing. Our objective, however, remains unchanged. We are to eliminate the Light Warden of Ilmeg.
Right.
Speaking of which, were you able to ascertain its whereabouts?
Aye. 'Tis all but certainly ensconced within Leargear, the castle which standeth in the midst of the lake.
Makes sense.
To enter said stronghold, we must needs turn to the pixies for aid. Fortunately, I have become quite adept at courting their cooperation. Henceforth shall I accompany you, and do all in my power to ensure that my vision doth not come to pass.
All right. My friend, ere I speak of this task at hand, there is a question I would pose to thee. What thinkest thou of mine appearance? Did you take up astrology? Indeed, though the night be lost, behind the shroud of blinding light, doubt not but that the stars still shine. I have chosen to avail myself of their guidance, that I might navigate the sea of uncertainty that stretches before us. For a blessing, my prior studies of astrology did provide me with adequate grounding in the art. But enough of myself, let us now speak of our task. As I did mention, if we are to enter Liagia, we must needs gain the Pixies' cooperation. This is a simple matter of presenting unto them a suitable gift. I shall procure a selection of viands that shall please their palates. Tancred, I pray assist me in this endeavor. Viands? I don't know that word. Meanwhile, Elheim, I bid thee obtain that which will please their eyes. In these parts there abideth a vilekin known for its beauteous wings, the hawker. I shall lend thee a receptacle with which thou mayst capture a weakened specimen. Alright. Oh, you're Arianje's friend, aren't you? Will you not lend me a hand? You see, Arianje's home is drab and dull, and I have a mind to decorate it, make it bright and beautiful. If you were to help out, it'd make it all the more special. First of all, we need some whirlweeds, pretty little plant that grows in the water. Usually trade with the fluoth for it, but seeing as you can swim, you can harvest some for us. You should be able to find the weeds in the lake where there's a sunken church. While you take care of this, I'll go and pick us lots and lots of beautiful flowers. Afterwards, let's meet back here for decorating. See you soon? Okay. Boink. We'll grab these whirlweeds while we're at it. Is that the church over there? There's a whole town underwater. It's crazy. Pretty cool looking area. Here and here for the last two. Quests in Final Fantasy are so much easier than the quests in what World of Warcraft. And WoW, that would have been like, you know, go get 20 of those, or, you know, fight a bunch of guys and they might drop it, or something. You know. There would have been monsters down here, sure. Naga would have taken up home down there, or Murlocs, or get some Sahagin, right? There you are. Did you manage to find the whirlweeds? I did. Oh, look at these lovelies. I'll enchant these at once to make it so they can grow outside the water and plant them here and there. Meanwhile, I want you to decorate with these snug blooms. As to where they should go, ah yes, the stairs. There's a dull spot that's ripe for some cheer. When you're finished, come let me know. Okay. Oh, the stairs inside, I'm guessing? And Philia's still just chilling out here. Oh, back there. I'm gonna explain the area on Jay, just start decorating. Alright. Thou art returned. Wert thou able to capture a hawker? Truly magnificent set of wings. I shall treat them at once to make fast their vibrant colors. Thancred too should return anon, upon which I shall ready all the items for presentation. Pray take thine ease meanwhile.
"'Tis done. The pixies shall be well pleased with these gifts. Ah, lest I forget. White auracite, newly forged for thy use.
Nice.
Our mission being to thwart a rejoining, we will most assuredly cross paths with those who crave the contrary, our eternal enemies. Thus did I choose to abide in this ether-rich land, the better to fashion a trap for the Ascian's essence.
Art.
May I come in now?
You may indeed, assuming you've finished.
I did as you asked.
That's my girl, thank you. I should probably explain. Though my body remained behind in the source, its limitations saw fit to accompany me, which is to say, I cannot manipulate ether. I took up the gunblade for its defensive advantages, but on account of my little impairment, I cannot imbue the ammunition myself. Luckily for me, Minfilia has quite a talent for it.
Minfilia, once we set forth, we are not like to return for some while. If thou wouldst choose tomes to take with thee, let it be now.
Really? May I?
Of course, my dear. Yet have care thou dost not add overmuch to thy burden, lest I incur Thancred's ire. Hast thou spoken to her of thine encounter with the Minfilia of Eld?
Well, I suppose now is as good a time as any. As you know, I freed young Minfilia from captivity in Yulmore some 3 years past. Not long after, the two of us journeyed to the south of Armareng, to the edge of the Empty, where the flood was halted. 'Twas there that she awakened. The Minfilia of old. My Minfilia.
Oh, what?
Tell me, what must I do to bring you back?
My dearest Thancred, as I am now, I am no different from an Ascian.
Oh.
This child is but a vessel.
That makes sense, I guess.
One of many I have used that I might spread word of her enduring blessing and preserve the flame of hope. In my name, each has died, never having lived her own life. I have taken enough from these children. I will take no more.
But what of your suffering? Your sacrifice? This isn't fair! I will not stand for it. I cannot! There must be something we can do. Tell me!
Why can't she live outside of a host's body like the other Ascians do? Like the Ascians can possess somebody, but they can also just be themselves and walk around with their little creepy mask selves, right?
Should the day come when this child grows weary of fighting and wishes to cast it all aside, then shall I take up her burden. But should she wish instead to become the master of her own destiny, then shall I bequeath to her my all. Imbued with the strength that I reserve for rebirth, she may come to wield my powers as her own.
And what of my wishes? What of Flamine's? What of all the people who love and care for you and want nothing more than to see you again?
It is not their decision to make. It is hers. This child's. This Minfilia's. You have ever watched over me, Thancred. Now I ask that you do the same for her. Protect her. Teach her. Stand by her as you stood by me. There is much and more she does not know. She needs a guide to show her the ways of the world, or she will never find her own path. When the time comes, you will find me here. Until that day.
And Shadowbringers is gonna have a sad ending, isn't it?
Minfilia, wait!
Like, Endwalker is like the big conclusion to a lot of the storyline, right? The segment of a story right before the end is a lot of times the darkest. I really worry about how this chapter of the story is going to end. Like, I have no doubt we'll, like, probably save the first, right? Avert the calamity. But what's it gonna cost?
And then she was gone. Minfilia, the girl, claims to have no recollection of any of it.
Thancred knows all about being possessed by an Ascian.
I have told her many things. Where we came from, what we fight for. But of that day, I have not spoken.
Now, through the door. No. How do you want this to end?
With the coming of another possessed of the blessing of light, the first hath begun to rise up in defiance of its fate. The question remaineth, however, who shall take up the flame of hope which Minfilia hath borne for so long? Whether we will it or no, the choice must soon be made.
I'm sorry I took so long. It was so hard to choose. In the end, I settled on just the one.
That is well. Now, if all is in order, let us set forth for Lida Loran.
All right. Okay. Go and turn this into. Marvelous! This is sure to put a smile on Urianje's scowly face. Then he'll want to stay here forever and ever and ever. You're welcome to stay too, of course. There's plenty of room for you and all your friends. Okay. You can just teleport back here for this. We weren't expecting you all back so soon. We'd scarcely begun playing with the twins. That said, your gifts are truly wonderful. Let me tell you, the milk and honey and biscuits won't last a day when the wings are the loveliest we've ever seen. You've done us a great kindness, and it's Fey custom to return the guest gesture. If you desire anything of us, you need but name it. So what is it you desire? Rusty old coins like you mortals are wont to collect, perhaps? We are resolved to vanquish the Light Warden of this land. To that end, we desire entry into Ligia. A strange thing to wish for. You might as well ask for your death. But if that's what you want, who are we to argue? Very well, I shall speak with the others. You've clearly been busy, XIV. Would you be so kind as to tell us what we've missed? So that was the purpose of the gifts. Is there anything you can tell us about this Light Warden? I, my lady, by circumstances most tragic, the Light Warden of this land is our king and ruler Titania. Oh. Oh shit. It was not always so, of course. Our king fought with the first Light Warden that threatened our home, you see. Fought it and won. Then all the horrible light that came out went and corrupted them, turning them into a new Light Warden. Wait, so why are they calling Titania a king and not a queen? Now they're king only in name, not remains of the wise and just ruler that used to be. We had no choice but to seal them in the castle. Yeah, I get that they don't have a gender. They're using the they pronoun a lot. It just seems weird to call Titania like king instead of queen, but I get it, I guess. Theoretically, it should be like what, Titania and Oberon? Oh well. The magic for breaking the seal we divided into 4 and wove into each a different relic to be kept apart until the time was right. And this dress is one of them. It's been on our safekeeping for years and years, and we've decided to entrust it to you. Are you sure? Of course, custom demands it. Though you're most certainly going to your own deaths, we thought we should at least let you try. That way, we get to watch what happens. Of course, you can't break the seal unless you have the other relics too. The shell crown is with the Fuoth, and the stone scepter is with the Nomo. This is a race from Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. And the crystal shoes are with the Amaro. This is another one of your Evilise races that, although it only shows up in like what, Tactics Advance and Advance 2, I think. They make good casters. Good luck finding them all. The facts thus disclosed confirm my own understanding. Our quest lieth now before us. First, let us hie unto the lake, there to claim the shell crown from the Fuoth. If we can call to them before the untouchable gate, they will answer. There's talk that an interesting mortal has come to Ilmeg. Elheim Gilded or some such. It's you, isn't it? Don't even think to deny it. I'm Ulthan. This is my dream to become the most popular fairy of all. Why? Because everyone would fawn over me, and that would be really fun. Now, by the way, I have an achievable first step. I'm aiming to become the darling of Little Loran. But everyone is so caught up with their flower smelling and the mischief making, they don't even spare me a glance. You travel to and fro. You must know much more about this than that. Tell me, what must I do to become popular? Become the cleverest pixie of all. The cleverest? I think I know how I can do that. I just need to read lots of books, right? It just so happens there's lots of books in Urianje's home, a fine place called the Bookman's Shelves. Right, I'm gonna go there at once, and you're coming too. I can't read your strange mortal writing, and so I need you to do it for me. Oh, God. Car. We'll get back to that. There's 3 more quest-related ones, including that one. We haven't even gotten half of the ones in the world yet. What's gonna be left? There's, we got Lakeland, Emerang, Cluja, which is basically like Ul'dah and Linsula sort of. We still need like the forest place. Like in the cutscenes we saw at the beginning, there was a Gridania looking place that had Shtola and Urianger too. But I mean, if we take Urianger from here and go there, maybe that's where Shtola is. And I don't know what the last one will be. So it looks like this is probably going to be a dungeon or a trial at the very end of the ferry area, probably. And now we're going to quest to get all 4 of the relics needed to unseal it, right? Of which we have 1, I guess. So maybe we'll get to a dungeon tonight. I've been doing so many WoW dungeons. A Final Fantasy dungeon will be a welcome change where there's like practically no trash and everything's very straightforward. It goes so much faster. Oh, speaking of, hey Minus, that is a nifty looking staff you got there, or halberd. Looking good. Untouchable gate. I think I just touched it. Ooh, that's pretty. Hearken to me, O spirits of the water. We are come with an entreaty. Not in a talkative mood, apparently. I guess I caught up with Minus again, huh? I'm not exactly sure how the gate works. But if the Fuath are water spirits, perhaps we should take our search into the lake. Oh, I suppose a brief dip wouldn't hurt. We all know Thancred swims like an eel, but what about you, Minfilia? I can swim well enough. Thancred taught me. Excellent. What about you, Urianger? I'm not sure I've ever asked. He can't swim, can he? Rather than swim, mayhap would be more expeditious to walk upon the surface by means of magic. You too, Urianger? That you should be a kindred spirit. Worry not, my friend. I know some helpful tricks, and I should be more than happy to share them with you. Together we shall conquer the waves. Well, well, aren't we a lively lot? And you have an entreaty for us, you say? An entreaty for mortals. What a treat. Aye, my comrades, and I on a quest to vanquish the Light Warden. To that end, we would humbly beg the loan of the Shell Crown, which we are given to understand is in the safekeeping of your people. Oh, is that all? Of course, you may have it. You shall have it. Just like that? What do you want from us? Oh, no need to be so suspicious. The crown simply doesn't mean much to us, is all. As a matter of fact, nothing means much to us. For we Fuath, it's over before it's begun, and we couldn't care less what becomes of the Fairy King, nor the world for that matter. Having said that, we do seldom have mortal visitors, and it would seem a shame not to make the most of you. Touch the untouchable gate. Come hither to our domain, Don Meg. In your tongue it means forbidden realm. Sounds forbidding, yes? And so it should, for we are one with the water, and our home wrought of ripples and waves and currents. Find your way through, give us thrilling sport, and we shall give you the crown. Oh, we got a dungeon. Okay. Karanova! Minus, you guys want to do some dungeoning? I mean, someone's already waiting. If not, I mean, these guys look up to it. Even Minfilia is a party member, huh? Let's see. Thanks. Thanks. Not sure if you can do good if not practice White Mage on the keyboard. Oh my. Oh my. All the more reason to do it. Alright, so we just need a tank, yeah? Let's queue up. If we die a lot, it's not your fault. Oh no, it will be your fault, but it'll be okay. Let's go! You can do it! I believe in you. Make sure to warn the tank in advance, yeah. Yeah, make sure he goes easy on the pulls, yeah? It can't be harder than the freaking WoW Classic dungeons, good lord. Final Fantasy dungeons have been a cakewalk so far, and they're closer to retail. This is an interesting looking place. It's almost like it almost gives me like the feeling of like an underwater like mini golf course. The little green going around. Looks very nice. And minus. We're dance partners now. That means we're best friends. Let's go. Oh my. Are we doing 2 groups at once? We're 2 grouping it. Oh, I'm dead. Okay. That is a learning experience. We are all here to learn. Just, oh, we're still dance partners. We're good. You did tell him, and then he immediately pulled 2 groups, so I mean, I don't know what to say. Did you tell him? I think you told him. Yeah, right here. You probably didn't read it. He did only 1 group this time. Much smoother. This tank is a man of few words. He's not the talkative type. Be playing on console for all I know. Yeah, I tell you what, after playing my Warlock all week in all those dungeons, it is nice to not have to worry about pulling aggro. I really don't worry about that in Final Fantasy, like ever. You know? Which, to be fair, like I said, I don't worry about that in modern day WoW either. It's only classic. Hmm, 35,000 XP a kill. Although, I mean, we need 22 million to level up. The numbers have gotten very big. Right. First boss. Thon, Lord of the Lingering Gaze. Avoid water spouts. Okay. New music. Did magic hammer? Nice. Oh, that's a thing. Oh wow, they have like a bit of a range to them, huh? They're not just where it shows the circle. I've learned. Wow. I feel like that hits me no matter where I stand. And that one I dodged. Okay. The Kingsglaive title. Maybe like some Final Fantasy 15 content to get that one from. Hey, how you playing? How goes it? Just having a dance off with some trees at the moment. They can't handle my moves. Freeze you and wake you up in October. What's in October? Oh, Metroid, yeah. That will be fun. What do you think about Fire Emblem? It's not Metroid. Well, that's fair. What about Fire Emblem-ish game tonight? Vague enough for you? What is all this with the lines? There's like a mechanic going on here, I'm sure of it. Oh well. Yeah, this isn't actually a Fire Emblem game. There's a new game that's heavily inspired by Fire Emblem, made by like an indie developer, and they hooked me up with a key, so I thought we might check it out tonight. They just released it this week during E3, like yesterday. It's only like 20 bucks, and it's like 20% off right now or something like that. So, I don't know, I figured it's worth looking at. Look at that, might have been made in like Unity or something. And just from the screenshots I've seen, it's heavily inspired by Fire Emblem, so let's see how good the story is, huh? I can't attack my own, can I? Oh, is this a stand in front of these? Is that what we're supposed to do? Intercept the tethers going to the boss. Yeah, okay. I see. You like totally just told me what to do, and I was like, I don't know what this mechanic is, and you're sitting over there telling me. It's anybody's guess, guys. No. I mean, I could keep dancing, but the dude wanted to take a nap. What are you gonna do? It's basically identical, it just looks different. Yay, Nova's getting the hang of it. Welcome to our humble palace. You know, all the gear in here is item level 400. Hey, it's the show crown. I'm sure we just grab it, right? I got it. It's a fake! I never would have seen that coming. I mean, I know we haven't killed the third boss or anything, but still. I feel so tricked. Deceived, even. Freaking kelpies. Okay. Provoking. Oh, is he like have something that announces his taunts? Off Griffin Windsor. Did that say that he taunted something off of himself? Did he just taunt something that was already on him, I guess? Maybe it wasn't for a second, and by the time he actually taunted it, it was. I can see that happening. I've tanked before, that shit happens. Good to see that we're finally getting to the point where the story loot is at the same item level as the gear we have, because that means soon we'll start getting gear that's actually upgrades again. Okay, final boss. Who do we have? Lake Lord. Ankhthon. Freaking Jiminy Cricket. Let's go. Is it a sequel to Fusion? I heard they made like another Metroid, but I didn't hear anything like details about it. I hate this boss. This boss is great. Oh my. Mixed reviews here. Okay. Oh, he imps us? How do I get de-imped? I'm toted. How do I... Okay, just wears off. Good lord. I think I'm gonna land on the side of this boss sucks now. Let's see. Oh, hello. Are you serious right now? What the hell is this? What game are we playing right now? Uh-oh. Did Nova fall? Am I supposed to go somewhere? What am I doing? Are we fighting him now? Oh. Oh, you ain't pretty looking anymore. Shade of Fear, huh? Alright, back to this guy. I've been imped again. Here we go. Almost got him. Boom. GG, guys. Oh, and level up. We're getting close to max level. Was that? What level is that? Is that 76? Fourfold feathers expanded. Spirit gauge accumulates when your party members under the effect of spirit granted by standard finish, technical finish, execute weapon skills or cast spells is consumed by the ants by saber dance. Actions such as reverse cascade and rising windmill have a chance to grant fourfold feathers, which are consumed by fan dance and fan. Okay. So the rest of this is the same, I think. But now we're building up spirit on top of that, and the people I'm buffing are building it up for me, sort of. And then we can consume it with saber dance, which I need to find a place on my frickin' bar for. Or is this it? This is it here. Okay, good. Saber dance delivers an attack to target and all enemies nearby. Delivers a potency of 600 to the first enemy, 50% less for all remaining enemies. Costs half our spirit gauge. Yeah, we are 76. For a second I was like 74, but no, we're scaled down. Ooh,
well fought, well fought.
Creepy eyes under the water. Lovely.
Jolly good show.
Oh, you do not hold back.
Oh, I put Shadowlands, didn't I? The funny thing is, I'm way farther. I barely did Shadowlands. I've been playing Burning Crusade a lot, but that's funny. I didn't even notice. Thank you. It's like, yeah, this guy plays WoW. Thanks, Mel. We'll just fix that. No one saw that for the last 2 hours. Oh, you do not hold back. Yeah.
But I would have it no other way. Seldom have I enjoyed such sport.
We should play the Shadowlands main story at some point, because, like, I haven't actually played through Shadowlands yet. I don't even know what happens in it.
We have satisfied thy demands. Wilt thou now satisfy ours?
Of course. Of course.
There it is, the relic you seek. Yours for the taking. Have care you do not break it, though, yes.
Yes. We're too caught up in Burning Crusade right now. We'll get to it eventually.
Ah, but you, my friend, you are mighty indeed, and pleasing to the eye besides.
More? I want to see more of her!
Yes, yes! I could watch her forever!
Why don't we just make her one of us? Yes! One of us!
One of us.
One of us, one of us, one of us! One of us, one of us, one of us!
Become as gods.
One of us, one of us!
What a fine idea! Why ever didn't I think of that? You may have the crown, but in exchange, we will have you!
How about no?
Wake up! Wake up, damn you!
I like how we can just breathe underwater indefinitely, so like being underwater is like, wake up!
You're
Not a big deal.
Thank the gods. I don't know where you learned to breathe underwater, but it's lucky you can.
Ah! The timing is horrible, right? 1 second. Hopefully we can still see the cutscene. I can't log in right now because I wasn't logged out properly. Wah, wah. There we go. 268. Good lord. So, this new Metroid is a sequel to Fusion? Is that what they said? Someone told me earlier today it was supposed to be another one of the Metroid Primes. I haven't looked at it yet, so I'm so behind on E3. I looked at the Breath of the Wild stuff, and I looked at like a couple other things, but I haven't seen the Metroid stuff yet. Thankfully, this doesn't happen very often in Final Fantasy. This is the downside of having an active server, I guess. Man, 4 more levels until max level. Isn't that crazy? You take a moment to look at that game that I was talking about. Let's see. While we're waiting. Dark Deity. You see, it's like it's very like Fire Emblem looking, right? Is that type of game? We're gonna try this out a little bit tonight. 54 playable classes. It looks like it's heavily inspired by Fire Emblem, right? Yeah, you got the bonds. You got the same little like attack animations when you fight people. You get random stats on level up. You got a class tree. Different skill levels with your weapons. This is all looking exactly like Fire Emblem. Hit damage, crit chances. Weapons and magic. I wonder what the story of it's going to be like. Bring peace to a shattered kingdom. Alright. Oh, I think we're in. Check that out after Final Fantasy. Alright, back to the cutscene. Oh, we gotta wait for this part again.
Well fought, well fought.
Good show.
Oh, you do not hold back. But I would have it no other way. Seldom have I enjoyed such sport.
We have satisfied thy demands. Wilt thou now satisfy ours?
Of course! Of course! There it is, the relic you seek. Yours for the taking. Have care you do not break it, though, yes. But you, my friend, you are mighty indeed, and pleasing to the eye besides.
More? I want to see more of her.
Yes, yes! I could watch her forever.
Why don't we just make her one of us? Yes! One of us!
One of us.
One of us, one of us, one of us! One of us, one of us, one of us! One of us, one of us, one of us!
A little smirk.
What a fine idea! Why ever didn't I think of that? You may...
Wake up! Wake up, damn you!
All right.
Ah, you're alive.
Odd but old friend.
I don't know where you learned to breathe underwater, but it's lucky you can.
Preparing for Blitzball, that's why. everybody in the Final Fantasy X universe can learn how to breathe underwater.
I'm sure you had your reasons, but the first rule of dealing with the Froth is do not deal with the Froth. It's said that they are born from the souls of the drowned. Were it not for your little trick, you'd have joined them. Your friends are safely back on dry land, in case you were wondering. They'll be searching for you, I expect.
They tried to drown us, but we don't have to breathe underwater, so it didn't work. Kind of funny. We're Froth proof.
That's the royal capital of the Kingdom of Verbert down there. It's seen better days. They were a stubborn lot, the Verbertites. Set in their ways. But once you got to know them, you couldn't find a more welcoming people. It always froze over in winter, being up in the mountains. So we'd pull up our chairs round the fire and trade tales over steaming bowls of lamb stew, while the street lamps burned hot and bright outside. All dead and buried now. Them and anyone else who might remember. Everything we did. Everything we gave. What was it for? I wonder. I hope you'll have a better answer than this when all's said and done.
Okay. Alright, done and complete. That's still only half the relics we need to get into Titania, right? They said the Numa have one, and then I forget where the other one was. This water's so clear. They probably just have seen me down there, right? I'm going back in. Nay, my lady. Exhausted as thou art, thou wouldst only endanger thyself. I prithee thee rest a moment. There was nothing where we looked. Elheim! Hey, what's up? Dear gods, were it not for Sorbonne's blessing, but I need not labor the point. I'm glad to see you safe and well, my friend. Have you any idea how worried we were? To wash up on the shore only to find you weren't with us. Oh, but I'm forgetting. Here's your crown, your majesty. The Fuath kept that part of the bargain, at least. Yes, I now crown myself king of the Fairhaven. While there were certain twists and turns, our work here is done, with everyone now none the worse for wetness. Oh, thank goodness you're still here. Soul Uin? Is something I miss? Great big mob of mortals is marching to Ilmig, mortals with ugly weapons and uglier faces. They wouldn't happen to be your friends, would they? Either the reverse, I fear, the Yulmorn army at a guess. Meaning we can play with them? As much as you like, but just be sure, I will return with you to confirm their identities. If they are who we suspect, we will require your aid. If Alphino is coming, then Alize will be too, yes? Can't have one without the other, you know. Alright, just remember, we're not your playmates this time. I'm afraid we must leave the rest of the relic hunt in your hands. It's fine. Defeating the Light Warden would always have fallen. No. I've done this sort of thing before. Let's go with that. Indeed you have. Very well then. See you afterwards, my friend. Alright. Quest complete. So we've got 2 of the 4 relics to go see Titania. Is this like the halfway point of the Fairy Kingdom? Like, should I stop here or should we keep going, you think? Do you think we can finish the Fairy Kingdom tonight? Or do you think we should try and do it, make it like a 2-night thing? I feel like it's going to take a little longer. I mean, I don't know that there's going to be another dungeon. But, I don't know. I'd imagine that Titania is either going to be a dungeon or a trial. Right? This might be a good point to stop and check out Dark Deity for a little bit. And then we can pick up and try and finish filming on Sunday. I think that's probably what we'll do. Assuming that I'm correct and this is like sort of halfway through this area, which it seems like it is. Like we've uncovered like half the map, assuming the middle's water, right? We've got almost half the Aether Currents. We've got half the relics needed to get in here. Seems like the right spot. So, alright. Let's go ahead and make sure my chat's still working. I'm realizing that like I haven't seen any chat since I disconnected from Final Fantasy, and I just want to make sure that it was just Final Fantasy I disconnected from. Yeah, it looks like it's working. All right. Yeah. All right, so that's gonna be it for tonight, guys. Thanks for watching. We will continue Final Fantasy XIV on Sunday and continue seeing what we can do about these Fae. Stick around, and we're gonna check out that Dark Deity Fire Emblem kind of game. So don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.